Howdy folks, this is Brad Laird, and today I want to show you a cool little lick that I heard played by a fella named Wayne Benson, who you may know as the longtime mandolin player in the great band Third Time Out. I listened to an album of theirs, and I've listened to it many times, and I heard him play this little lick, I think only one time. And it really knocked me out. So I want to show you how it works. It's a cool little lick. I don't know if he originated it, but he certainly dropped it in at the perfect time and it sounded great. So let's play around with this little lick built around a chord shape. Alright, today we're going to take a look at a little lick that I heard on a Third Time Out record by a great mandolin player named Wayne Benson. And listening to the entire album, I think he played this lick exactly one time, and I think there's some good advice in that, and that advice is don't overplay your licks. Now in this lesson we're going to overplay it. We're going to play it many times so that you can get the hang of the lick, but he only tossed it in one time in the course of the entire album. Here's basically what the lick looks like. It's formed, I'm playing it here on a D chord. This is a D major chord, the big D major chop, and I'm doing a 3-finger version of it with ring, index, and middle. And that's the same basic hand position we use for the A chord, where we bring in the little finger, and on the G chord. This is that major chord shape that I talk about so much in movable majors and minors, and in fact all of my chord lessons. That basic triangle of fingers where this is 1 point, this is 1 point, and this is 1 point, that triangle gets moved all over the place to form different chords. So we're just planting it here on the bass side in a D shape. We have a D here, we have an F sharp here, that's the third, so we have the root and the third and a root on top. So we have an octave with these 2 fingers and a third here. So that's that basic chord shape. That's a D chord shape, and this lick really illustrates how you can sort of play around within the chord shapes to get interesting sounding licks instead of just flailing away just on the chord. Here's just a straight chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now here's the lick. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see this is used in sort of a rhythm playing context. You might be chopping along on that chord, and at the end of a phrase put in this lick. Now here's how to play it. The beginning of the lick comes on the downbeat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you hit a quarter note and then a pair of 8s. Then you bring this finger, your second finger, over to raise that third up to a 4th. So you're putting your second finger over here on the 5th fret. Let's go back to the beginning. Quarter note, downstroke, and then down up. Then you bring this finger over, play a downstroke, and then an upstroke open. So here it is so far. Then we take our index and we go down 1 fret. Instead of being on the 4th fret, we go to the 3rd fret and we play 2 8th notes there. Down, up, and then land back on the chord. So here it is, step by step. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now those moving notes in the middle are like this. You slide it. I played it with the second finger and I can't really get away with that. Because I want to get back in that chord shape. If you think of this as a note type lick, single notes, I would play it this way. The first two notes on the fourth string, then these, and then back to the chord. I think of that as the melody of this lick that's buried inside this chord. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, how wide you make your pick strum, that's up to you, as long as this lick contains those notes. Instead of just a single note, you can play the whole chord. And on the 2/8 notes, you can play the whole chord. On this part, you can strum them all. I'm mostly hitting the fourth string. I'm not so much hitting the second, because once I come off of that second string note, I have an A note up there. You know, and that works in the D chord. Just try to avoid hitting the first string, because that's an E. And that would create a D9 chord, and you know, really nothing wrong with that. You could strum all four strings, I suppose, is what I'm saying. If you like hearing that in there, do it. I'm kind of confining myself to the lower three strings. 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, here it is step by step. Quarter note on the lowest note, pair of eights, then come over here for a pair of eights. So that's third string, 5th fret to open. Then a pair of eights, 3rd fret to 4th fret with a slide. Here it is again from the beginning. Quarter note, downstroke. And then down up. Then come over, go open. Then the next pair is the 3 to 4 slide. And that's down up, and then you're back home with a chop. Here it is a few times slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And that's a really cool lick, and it should be obvious to you if you've studied my other lessons that this thing can be moved around to a lot of other positions. If I slide it down 2 frets, I'm on a C chord. C sharp. With C sharp, you have to be a little more careful, not hit that open second string, because that note's not going to work, so stay down on the lower 2 strings. In fact, the open second string, the open third string doesn't work good on that one either. So it doesn't work so great on C sharp. D, it works great. Over here on G, you might want to remember to bring in your little finger for the final or the beginning chop, or leave it open. That low G note's fine for this. Your call on that. On A, when you get to the treble side, you may just want to concentrate more on those treble strings. Play more on the string where the movement is happening. Works on B. You pick your chord and play it. So here I'll run around the chords. I'll play a little 12-bar blues in D. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And a G chord. Now there on G, you notice that I went from this chop chord to this one. I'm just bringing my second finger from 3rd fret on the 1st string over here to 4th fret on the 4th string, and that's another form of G major. So let's go back to the beginning. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's G. Back on D, A, and D. You can see this thing moves around quite nicely, and you may want, for accuracy, to practice playing the single note version. Anyway, that's that Wayne Benson lick that caught my ear when I heard him play it on some album, and hopefully you'll learn it and find a way to insert it once every time you perform. So be sure to check out Wayne Benson's playing. He's a really amazing player. And see if you can find that album and find that one instance of that lick. I think it proves the point that it's great to stick a lick in and then not overplay it. You know, you don't hear him play it 12 times during the same song. Anyway, have fun with that lick. There's a lot of other ways you can take those chop chords and monkey around with them. And this is just one example. So have fun with it, and I'll see you down the road.